everybody, it's Marian, and today I just want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to make for our next meal, for our next video on baking and cooking. So I have my little Downton Abbey cookbook right here. And the first recipe out of this book is going to be, it was going to be the crab cakes, Lady Mare's crab cakes, but I can't find any crab around, and I don't want to use imitation. I will if I have to, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to go out to the store today, even though it's 5 degrees outside. It is so cold. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to make this crunchy fig and blue cheese tarts. I do have all of the ingredients for it. Let me read a little bit here. As any experienced chef would know, blue cheese brings out the sweet taste of figs that no other ingredient. Thus, Mrs. Patmore could bake these delicious hors d'oeuvres that are simultaneously sweet and tart. Eaters beware, however. Nothing is as tart as the Crowley sense of humor. So it yields 4 to 6 servings, and it has, for the pastry, 1 sheet of frozen puff pastry, and I do have that. For walnut crunch, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, and a 1/4 cup of toasted walnuts chopped. For the figs, 2/3 cup of sugar, which I'll use monk fruit for that, 1 tablespoon of lukewarm water, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 12 fresh figs, halved lengthwise and stems removed, 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. I only have salted butter, so I'll just omit the salt. Half a cup of sweet port. I don't have that, so I'm going to omit that probably, because I'm not going to buy a bottle of port. 6 ounces of Stilton blue cheese, crumbled room temperature, and honey to taste, and I do have that. So the only one I'm missing, the only ingredient I'm missing is the sweet port. So that's okay. And then it has all of the directions here, which I'll go over at the time that I make these. So that's going to be our next recipe, which is coming up very soon. So I just wanted to come on and let you know that, and we'll be working out in the kitchen very soon. So stay tuned, because it's coming soon. Okay, so I have pretty much everything that I need out here. I have the blue cheese crumbles. I have the black mission figs. These are organic, and they're dry, what do you call it? Not freeze-dried, but I've got the 12 of them here. I have to cut them in half lengthwise. I've got the ground up walnuts. I've got the cinnamon. I have the salt, coarse salt. I have the sweetener, and I have the pastry right here. So I'm going to get some, I got the butter too. Right there. So I'm going to go get some flour. I'm going to flour this counter right here, and then we're going to roll out that dough. And I will be right back. So the directions say to lightly flour, so I'm just going to lightly flour. And this is regular organic King Arthur flour. Then over there, this is my book, Downton Abbey, and this is Crunchy Fig and Blue Cheese Tarts. I don't know if anybody will be interested in this or not, but it kind of looked good, and it kind of looked like it wasn't that hard to do. So I figured I would give it a whirl and see what happens. So, okay, here comes the sticky. Let's see if I can open it up. I should have left it cold maybe for a while. Okay, there it goes. Take this off. You can't even see it. Let me lower you down here a little bit. And even a little more. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get this open here. The directions say roll out puffed pastry sheet on a clean, lightly floured surface. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have let it stay cold for a little longer. Okay, here we go. Just got my nails done. They pretty? Okay. All right, let me get my little rolling pin here. A friend gave this to me, and she was at the Spirit Halloween near where we were staying. She came and visited us and brought me a really pretty pair of earrings and a bracelet. And this rolling pin she gave us last year. Year before. No, but yeah, the year before. 22. Alright, let's see now what it says here to do. Place puff pastry sheet in a well greased baking pan, and then place another sheet pan on top of that. Okay. Alright, preheat the oven to 350. Where's that 375? Let me see. 350. Okay. Roll this out a little bit more. I have never worked with puff pastry before. This is my very first time. So, hopefully it's going to work out. Okay. All right. Now, I've already got this greased with not a lot, but coconut oil. I don't have a lot of room on this counter because I've got too much stuff up here. Oh, let me put this there for a minute till I get this loosened up. Okay. All right. Now let's see if I can get this up here without, oh yeah. All right, that worked out well. Yeah, okay. Now they want me to put another pan on here so it doesn't puff up. And I've got this one. I figured this one has some stuff I haven't gotten off yet. They wanted to put this, okay. Place another sheet pan on top of the puff pastry to prevent it from rising too much. Done. Okay. Now, the next step. Bake puff pastry in a preheated oven with the sheet pan still on top for 5 to 8 minutes or until beginning to turn golden. Remove and set aside. All right. To make walnut crunch, in a medium-sized skillet, stir honey, sugar, butter, and cinnamon and salt over medium heat until butter melts. Okay, I will get that and I'll be right back. So I've got the sugar, the butter, the honey in this pan, and it says to cook it until a nice caramel color is received. So, and we will continue stirring this until it reaches that. And this is the honey I use right here. Very good honey. Yum. It just is really thick, so it doesn't pour out very nicely. Have to scoop it out. All right, be right back. Okay, I think I've been a little bit off, more than I could chew, but this is what this looks like now. It's getting nice and light. It's supposed to be light and not dark, so that's good. So I'm going to cook this a little bit longer, and then I have to slice up the figs. So I'm going to continue cooking this, and then when the figs are sliced up, I'll let you know. Be right back. Okay, so in this pan, I have the figs that I sliced in half. I have a half a cup of butter, some more sugar, and 2 tablespoons of water. So we're going to cook that until the figs soften up. We'll be back. Okay, I should have chosen a much easier recipe, because I know nobody's going to be wanting to do this recipe, because it is really not it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So so we made the walnut crunch. That's ready to go. And to prepare the figs, mix sugar. I don't know where the other sugar came in, because oh, it's down here. All right, so 2/3 cup of sugar. But the other one for the walnut crunch is 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I got them mixed up. So anyway, I'm going to continue with this recipe because I've started it now, and I'm not going to not do it, and I'm going to do this video. So mix water, sugar, and salt in a heavy skillet over medium heat until sugar is evenly moist, adding more water if needed. Cook mixture until sugar turns golden, stirring occasionally about 5 minutes. Place figs cut down in the sugar mixture. Cook figs until they begin to release juice. Immediately add butter, swirling. I put it all in the pan and it's cooking. So that's that. Then remove from heat, add port. Don't have any port, not going to use that. Let figs marinate in port mixture for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't have to do that. So once again, bring syrup to a boil, whisking until smooth, cool completely. So we haven't gotten to that part yet. Using 2 to 3 inch pastry cutter, cut out rounds of semi-baked puff pastry. Divide walnut mixture among the rounds, then top with fig halves, cut side up. So I'm going to put these inside of this puff pastry. I've cut it into 6 squares, and I'm going to do it like a pastry, which I'm going to put the stuff in, I'm going to fold it over, I'm going to bake it. We're going to top it with blue cheese, see how that works. So if you're still interested, bear with me. Okay, this is what the walnut crunch looks like right there. So that's really nice. That came out good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top this when it comes out. I'm going to top this on top of the tarts, and then top it with the blue cheese. That's what I'm going to do. This did not work out like I thought it was going to be. I'm going to show you what they look like as I put them in the oven. And that's what they look like. They don't look too bad. but that's not what they're supposed to look like. So anyway, we'll just cook them and see what happens. I know they're going to taste really good with all the sugar and the walnuts and everything else we have in there, honey and butter. So they've got to taste good. So, but they're not coming out like this. I don't have a picture of them, thank God, because they definitely wouldn't look like them. But anyway, I tried and I filmed it, so, you know, kudos for me. First rule of thumb when you're an older baker or cook in the morning, bake in the morning, not at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's my tip for the day.